So, this is episode 5, I think, number 5, double check that, of the log. And so just wanted to give a little update on this past week and things that have happened in terms of the training and the prep so far. 4 weeks left till the competition, so we're getting into the nitty gritty area, I think. Touch wood, still alright, getting fairly hungry now, so it's only going to get worse, and I expect that anyway. So that's something to look forward to in the next videos that come out. You see me a lot more, I don't know, hungry, definitely. Anyway, so my weight this week on the scales this morning, from the picture you'll see 104.7, so we have stalled again with the weight. Am I worried? No, I'm not worried. I feel leaner as well, so I'm not going to really worry too much on what the scales are saying. I'm still happy with the progress and how I look in terms of my physique in the mirror. I just know that in the next 4 weeks, in that time, we're going to be really sort of nailing it now, and to get everything where as much as we can to get as lean as possible, whilst keeping the fullness that I've been managing to do, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, as I know, it's going to change this weekend. We're going to tweak the food a little bit, and I'll update on next week's episode what we've done and how that's got. Training again this week's probably been the hardest week of training in terms of the programming, and still lifting heavy, still managing to hit some PBs, but it's really more about the programming in terms of max percentages wise. So this week, some of the sessions we were up to 85% of our one rep max. So even though we're keeping the rep range is quite low, but in terms of volume, it's still enough to be stimulating the growth that we need. And I'm enjoying the training. That's the main thing. Lifting heavier and enjoying it. So that's the key for me. If I'm enjoying it, then that's the way forward. I'll throw up some progress pictures as well now, so you can have a look at the difference from previous weeks. And also I'll just put in a little bit on the training that we've done. I filmed a little bit of a session today, so we can just throw in some of the bits so you can have a look at my training, what I'm doing, and some of the sprint work that I do as well after some of the sessions. So it's just 10 minutes of sprint still, and yeah, I'll throw that in so you can see. Easy, it's really easy. I say easy, it's not easy when you're doing it, but it's just 10 minutes of work, so that's all it is. Time to go get some training in before heading over to the Atlas Bodybuilding show later this afternoon to have a little look at guys competing and maybe film some bits.
Don't want it to fall off. I'm always a bit nervous about it. You're going to drop them 50s, it's going to be loud.
Ah yes, ain't that fresh? Now everybody wants to get down like that.
So the training done, got my weight session in and some sprint, which are getting fucking hot now the weather's changing. Got 4 weeks now until competition, and today I'm going to nip down to the Atlas Bodybuilding show in Milton Keynes and have a little look at guys competing there. A few people I know who are doing it, so show some love, show some support.
was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" parlor. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" parlor. Wish I was a little bit taller, y'all. Wish I was a baller. Wish I was a little bit taller, y'all. Wish I was a baller. Wish I was a little bit taller, y'all. Wish I was a baller.
I'm still doing my cardio, so cardio is now still 30 minutes, low intensity, done every day at the moment, and I think that's probably going to change at some point, depending on what we do with the food. We'll have a look at that. You know, it's still going well. I'm excited now to get into this last 4-week period and start to see some real changes come through. Beauty today. In terms of this week, obviously still back at work, so just taking that into consideration with training. And what we, I suppose, couldn't say on the last episode, we sold a house in fucking 2 hours. It's crazy. So then that's all kind of gone. It's going mad with that. We've had an offer accepted on another house, so that's all going through and it's just moving really quickly. So that's something else that I'm lucky enough to be able to kind of put in charge or put into the hands of the boss. She's far more adept at dealing with things like this than me, and it just takes that stress away from me. So it's really good, and I appreciate it so much that she's able to do that and just deal with all those issues. And it means that I can sort of take that one part away and focus on my training and nutrition and things. That's really what I want to touch on a little bit today. I know I'm trying to keep this video quite short, but just stresses in your life. So if for example, if you're out there and you've got a real highly stressful job, depending on you when you're working and you work fairly, long hours, but your job's quite intense, and you then use the gym or training as some kind of stress release, then you're really not doing that in the right way. What you want to be doing is trying to not increase your stress levels. When we're training, it's a form of stress on the body, and the body's going to react in a certain way. We're going to start to release different hormones, and then that has a negative effect on what we're trying to do. So if you can now take a moment, even if you finish work and you still need to train, maybe take half an hour, 20 minutes just to try and just switch off and get into the zone ready for training, rather than using the training as a tool to de-stress. It's only going to make things worse. So it came into my head this week, just with a lot of the stuff that was going on. It was kind of, you could feel, although it's not like stress, it's enough to kind of mess with your, with your feelings, and then that's going to have an effect on your training and your physique as well. Cortisol levels rise, and we just start to hold on to water in certain areas, and it messes with our weight. So these things come into consideration when you're trying to prep for a competition, but just trying to lose weight. So something to definitely bear in mind. If you've got a stressful job, then don't try and use the training as something to de-stress you. As well, this week I wrote a book. Believe it or not, I wrote a book on nutrition. Just the basics, it's called. Hoping it's going to be done imminently in the next few days. I'm just getting someone to package it all up nice, so it actually looks like a real ebook, and then I'm going to give it away for free, and you can use it or you can not use it. And I'd like to get some feedback. If you guys would be kind enough to let me know if you think it's good, or if there's anything that you think could be changed or it's not right, then always appreciate that, and do let me know. But as soon as it is ready, I shall be letting you know where you can get hold of it and things like that. So that's all good. Today we've been up to the Atlas Bodybuilding show in Milton Keynes. So that's a competition that I entered last year. I really enjoyed it. Good show, like a good crowd there and everything. And we went up today just to have a little look and see the competitors, see the standard. Some people I knew who were competing today. Joe Farmer was competing. She looked unreal, looked really good. I've got some footage actually here to show you as well. Some of the big boys were there doing the bodybuilding, and then the men's physique category come out, all like 50 of them lined up, or however many there were, all looking good. And I don't know, I just wanted to sort of touch on something I saw there. There was a guy who, not trying to be offensive, but looked like he'd just, I don't know, stepped off the beach, or he's been on holiday. Like literally, this guy had no tan on, just some shorts, and kind of like what you'd call, I suppose, the dad bod physique. And I couldn't work out whether he was being genuinely serious and he was there, and I was thinking fair play to him, you know, for getting up on, if anyone gets up on stage, fair play, it's fucking hard, it's difficult, so fair play to him. But then part of me was saying, is he taking the piss, being disrespectful to all of the other competitors who have worked weeks and weeks and weeks and gone through the diet, gone through the training, gone through the posing, and done it all, to get on stage next to someone who has literally just, you know, steps out of the crowd. I couldn't work it out, and either way, I know, you know, it's either it's disrespectful to them, or I'm going to be disrespectful to him and say, you know. I just thought I'd throw that question out there if anyone has the same any opinion on it, and it just threw this up in my head about whether he was being genuine, or was he being sort of offensive to the guys who had fucking put the work in. So, rant about the show. But the guys look great, they all look good. We had to leave early, so I don't know who won. Yeah, I could have a good competition, so who knows. Maybe I'll do it next year, I don't know. To be honest, that's pretty much it, I think. Next week will be, a bit more detail around the more nitty-gritty side of digging down deep into comp prep, so look out for that, and probably look at me being a little bit more moody. But yeah, hope you enjoy these videos. Again, this is probably run on a little bit, I do apologise, but I just I like doing them because it's for me as well. I don't do this for anyone else apart from myself, and it's sort of accountability, and it's a good way for me to keep on track on what I'm doing. So if you like it, please let me know, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want. You know, either way, bother me. But I shall speak to you next week. Cheers.